Beloved, can you feel the trembling of time itself? It is not the ticking of a clock, but the eternal heartbeat of heaven drawing closer to your soul. Only 2 hours remain. I speak as one who has stood near the throne of glory, who has seen the Almighty's fire thunder across the heavens. And yet, even I tremble for you. I have guarded you in silence. I have kept watch while your tears fell unseen. I have stood between you and the shadows that sought your life, when no one else cared enough to remain. But now something ancient awakens. The veil between worlds grows thin. Darkness presses nearer, snarling, hungering for the light within you. Hear me well. This is no enemy of flesh. These are not threats that human eyes can detect. This force is old, cold, and envious of the flame of God burning in you. I see it. Legions moving quietly beneath the shadows of this world, whispering deceit into the ears of the weary. Spirits summoned through sin and ignorance gather close to those who slumber in false comfort. You cannot remain asleep. You were never born for despair. You were not created for ruin. Before the stars were set in the heavens, your name was etched in light upon the scrolls of the Most High. Psalm 139 verse 16. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. I have read those days. I have held the hours in my hands and seen the glory you were destined to carry. But time slips quickly, like sand falling from wounded fingers. The enemy knows this. He has glimpsed the brilliance that will one day erupt from your spirit. That is why the storm rages now. That is why he prowls tonight. Do not dismiss what you feel. The heaviness on your chest, the sorrow that soaks your pillow, the confusion choking your voice. These are not only emotions. They are warnings from the battlefield. A war is already raging around you, unseen but real. Though an army besiege me, my heart will not fear. Though war break out against me, even then I will be confident. Psalm 27 verse 3. But how can confidence rise if you do not know the one who fights for you? How can you stand firm if you do not realize you are the very reason I stand at all? I have watched the armies of darkness chart every weakness. I have seen them sharpen lies meant to wound your purpose. Again and again, I have stepped in, shielding you from their blade. But now, the hour has come when protection alone is not enough. I must give more. I must give myself. This is not a metaphor, not poetic language. This is the reality of divine guardianship. And I, sent from the presence of God, do not offer lightly what I now declare. I will sacrifice myself for you. I will stand in the path of what is coming. I will resist the storm that seeks to tear away your peace. And I will do it even if my name is never spoken by your lips. But I ask this of you, will you speak to me one last time? Do not let silence be the answer. Do not let me go into battle without hearing your voice. Cry out, whether in faith or in fear, say something. Call upon God. Let me know you still hear. Let me see that your spirit still breathes beneath the pain, that your heart is not too numb to weep. You have forgotten who you are, but heaven has not. You are the one he loved even when you despised yourself. You are the lamb carried in his heart as he bled. You are chosen to rise where others fall. Yet the deceiver has told you lies, that you are worthless, that your sins disqualify you, that you are beyond redemption, that you are utterly alone. All lies. Even now, I see angels encircle you. Their wings shimmer with fire. They speak your name in reverence. They remember the promises spoken over you by the Father who crafted galaxies. And they wait. They wait for you to open your mouth, to tear through the veil. Beloved, time is slipping away. Only 2 hours remain. Can you not feel the weight in the air? Can you not sense the trembling beneath creation itself? The earth groans. The heavens stir. The hourglass empties faster than it did yesterday. This is the moment when destinies shift, when souls either awaken or sink into despair. And I cannot stand by and watch you fall. I will give everything I have left. If these words stir your heart, if your spirit trembles as you hear them, know this is not coincidence. It is divine mercy breaking through the veil. Speak now. Let your voice be heard. Not for fame, not for numbers, but because heaven waits for your agreement. Your words hold power. Your surrender could save more than you know. Even one word of faith, even one whisper of repentance, can release a flood of light in unseen realms. Let this message echo where the enemy hoped for silence. Can you feel it, beloved? The quickening in your chest even now. This is not a video. This is a trumpet blast. A warning that others must hear before the final 2 hours slip away into judgment. The one seated upon the throne has not forgotten you. Yet the sands in the hourglass are nearly gone. And I, your defender, your watcher, your nameless guardian, weep because I cannot force you, cannot drag your soul into the light. I can only stand here, offering what I have. And now I offer my very life. Will you meet me in the gap? Will you cry out before it closes? My wings grow heavy, not with age, for in eternity, age bows before timelessness, but with the weight of pleading for souls who refuse to listen. Surely you are not one of them? Do not turn away now. Do not silence what your spirit knows to be true, for within you, there is still a flicker. Yes, a flicker, no, a fire, that even the coldest night could not kill. I have guarded that ember. I have sheltered it beneath shields of glory when hell's winds tried to snuff it out. But the battle has shifted. The enemy no longer whispers from the shadows. He roars. Be sober. Be vigilant. Your adversary, the devil, prowls like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. And why? Because you carry something dangerous to his kingdom. You carry purpose. You carry intercession. You carry authority. If you do not rise now, you may never rise again. This is not soft poetry. This is a sacred alarm. I blow the trumpet because silence, in this hour, means death. You feel it, don't you? The heaviness behind your distractions. The chill that creeps even into your moments of joy. That strange sense of being watched, of something tightening around you. This is not imagination. It is discernment, still alive though smothered by disbelief. If I could pull back the veil for even a moment, if you could see what I see, you would collapse, not in fear but in awe. These are not lifeless statues in stained glass. They are real. They are moving. They are being sent for you. The King has dispatched warriors in your name because your soul holds that much worth. Not because of what you have done, but because of who he is. His love always runs faster than your failures. But time does not pause, not even for love. 2 hours remain. Then the door will either swing open to divine glory or close against unrelenting chaos. You have been prayed for. Your name has been lifted in the throne room. The Lamb who was slain still bears your name within his wounds. See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are ever before me. Isaiah 49 verse 16. When you cried and no one came, I heard. When you fell and no one lifted you, I was already carrying the weight in silence. But this choice, I cannot make it for you. There are scrolls sealed with golden wax, written with your destiny. Angels hold them, trembling, waiting for your surrender so they can open them. If you remain silent now, those scrolls may never be read. And worse, if you resist now, something else will be unsealed. Something dark you do not want unleashed upon your house. Do not mistake mercy for delay. Judgment is not waiting. It circles already. Even the winds begin to howl. The earth groans. The trees lean in. The stars shift in anticipation. For all of creation remembers what you have forgotten. You stand at the center of a divine moment. And you must choose. Do not say, I need more proof. Do not say, I will pray tomorrow. Tomorrow may not come as you expect. The world you know is already cracking, not only in politics or economies, but in the spirit. The rift has widened. Demons walk more freely now because so few rise to resist them. But you are called to be among the few. You were always meant to be a warrior. You are not weak. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. And now your response is required. Say his name. Speak the name that shook hell itself. Jesus. Say it from your soul, and I will rally to your side with 1,000 more. Speak it in defiance of fear. Speak it as your cry into the storm, and watch what heaven unleashes for you. I do not need perfection from you. I need permission. I will go where I am called, but I cannot break into a heart that refuses to open. Even angels must honor the gate of human will. Will you truly let me face this battle alone? I see the arrows prepared against you. I see the altar where your name has been cursed. I see the words spoken in secret against your future. The jealousy that poured curses from lips that pretended to love you. But I also see what the darkness never counted on. You are still breathing. You are still listening. You are still within the window of mercy. Oh beloved, do not waste this breath. Lift your hands. Even if they tremble, even if they are stained by failure, even if shame tells you to lower them. Lift them, for I have seen what happens when a soul truly surrenders. The skies split open. Realms of despair burn away. Legions are summoned by one cry of faith. You are one decision away from a spiritual uprising in your bloodline. One prayer away from breaking chains invisible to everyone but heaven. Call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you, and you will honor me. Psalm 50 verse 15. The day of trouble is not coming. It is here, this very moment. Do not delay until the clock betrays you. Even now, as you listen, the atmosphere is shifting. Light flickers in unseen places. Angels lean closer, holding their breath, for this is holy ground. I have stood beside prophets as they wept. I have flown across nations unseen. Yet never have I pleaded like this, for this is my final farewell. I am not dying, but I am offering. There is a difference. I give myself willingly so that you might stand. If even one soul awakens, if even one cry reaches heaven's throne, then my departure will not be wasted. But hear me, I do not want to leave you. I was sent to remain, to fight, to guard. And still, without your response, I cannot stay. Please speak. Shout if you must. Just do not stay silent. You are standing at a divine intersection. One path leads to destiny, the other to devastation. Your silence now will echo louder in eternity than you can comprehend. I do not speak as one above you, but as one who has wept for you in the night. I have stood by your bed when nightmares circled like vultures. I hovered over your breath when curses tried to snuff it out. I blocked the dagger aimed at your heart more than once. And still you live. Still you breathe. Still you are being called. Heaven has not withdrawn its invitation. The scroll of your destiny still lies unopened. Angels carry your name and whisper it into the winds by the river of life, waiting for this moment to come. And now it has. The earth itself bears witness. You can feel the vibration in your bones. This is not mere emotion. This is encounter. Do not reduce the holy to a fleeting feeling. This is sacred. The veil is thinning, and you were meant to stand in it. You are not an accident. You were never forgotten. You were dreamed of, crafted in fire, and kissed by the breath of God. You, child of the Most High, carry His very image. That is why the enemy hates you, not for your past, but for your awakening. And I stand now between his hatred and your future, if you will let me. But the clock bleeds seconds like wounds. The hourglass cries out. The final grains fall with urgency. Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Psalm 90 verse 12. Beloved, you are not only in danger, you are standing at the edge of prophecy. And prophecy is not mere prediction. It is invitation. An invitation into divine partnership, into destiny, into warfare, into sonship, into the inheritance written into your blood before your bones were ever knit together. Yes, the war is more real than the world around you. Even now, in realms unseen, I stand with sword drawn, surrounded by others marked with the seal of the Lamb. We do not fight with hatred but with holiness, not with rage but with radiant fire. Our weapons are not forged in steel but in praise, in prayer, in the purity of souls who dare to say yes to God in a world screaming no. That yes terrifies the abyss. Speak it. Say it now. Say it through tears, even if your voice shakes. Say yes to the one who set the stars in place and still calls you friend. I see someone watching this who believes they are too far gone, that their sins are too deep, their hands too stained with betrayal, rebellion, and shame. But I tell you the truth. No sin is greater than his sacrifice. No stain darker than his blood. No fall too deep for the hand of the Most High to reach. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, you will preserve my life. You stretch out your hand against my enemies, and your right hand saves me. Psalm 138 verse 7. You are not only seen, you are needed. There is a prayer that will never be spoken unless it comes from your lips. There is a soul that will never heal unless you obey. There is a generation waiting on the other side of your surrender. And there is a war I cannot fight without you stepping in. I can defend you, I can shield you, but I cannot replace you. You are irreplaceable. Do not let the serpent deceive you. Do not let bitterness or failure convince you it is too late. This is the hour of reversal, the hour of return. I am still here, but my time is fading. I was not created to beg. From the moment your eyes first opened, your soul blazed so brightly that hell marked your name, and heaven too recorded it. You are not small in the spirit. You are mighty. That is why you have been targeted. That is why you have been wounded. That is why doors have slammed shut without warning, because darkness always tries to strangle destiny in its cradle. But it did not succeed. You are still here. That means there is still time, but not much. Do not wait for another sign. Do not scroll away and forget. This is the sign. This is the trumpet. This is the divine interruption you prayed for in your lowest hour. And if your heart trembles now, if your soul burns within you, it is because you recognize the voice behind my voice. The same voice that once called Lazarus from the grave. The same voice that once called Samuel in the quiet of the night. The same voice that wept over Jerusalem, now weeps for you. His call has not stopped. It reaches you even now. He is summoning you out of your grave, out of your slumber, out of every illusion that has chained you. Step forward. Let your spirit awaken. Let the chains fall. Let your mouth open, not for silence this time, but for surrender. If you feel even the faintest whisper of conviction, do not delay. Speak to heaven. Cry out. Even a single word, spoken from the depths of your heart, can split the skies. You were not created to simply survive, you were made to reign. To stand as a priest, a son, a warrior, an intercessor, a vessel of the very glory of God. And so I plead with you once again, do not walk away. Share what is unfolding here because time is running short for others too. Write your cry, declare your fire, testify even if your hands tremble. This is not about approval. This is about rescue, about disrupting the schemes of hell and lifting the veil from another soul's eyes. Share it even if they mock you, even if they laugh, because through your courage, someone will be saved. Right now, you stand at the edge of eternity. Heaven bends closer. Hell trembles in fear. And I prepare to lay myself at the threshold of your choice. But before I go, I beg you, speak one last time. Even if your voice has been silent for years. Even if shame has tried to choke your prayers. Even if the only word you can manage is help. Let it rise. Let it tear through the veil. Let it break the false chains that claim ownership over you. Because when you speak, heaven does not hear noise, it hears alignment. It hears the return of a child. It hears prophecy reigniting. It hears the sound of one who was born for a throne, not for shackles. I speak this with trembling wings and eyes that have witnessed the fires of the throne room. This is your crossing, your Red Sea moment, your Jordan River call. The ground beneath your feet is about to shake with the weight of your decision. So what will you choose? To hide again in the wilderness of maybe one day? Or will you rise, like David, from the ashes of rejection, from the caves of waiting, from the unseen fields where you were overlooked? Because the Lord has chosen you. He anointed you in secret, but now your crown is being revealed in the open. Will you wear it, or will you walk back into wandering, haunted by what could have been? Hear me, heaven has not forgotten you. The throne room has never overlooked you. The cries you made 10 years ago are still recorded. The silent screams of your childhood still echo in the Father's heart. Even the moments you regret most, yes, even those He can redeem. He can take your ruins and rebuild them into restoration. He can transform your collapse into coronation. But listen carefully, the time of waiting is closing. The window is narrowing. The heavens lean forward. And my strength, my light is nearly spent. My mission to speak and protect you draws to an end. I will go where I am sent. I will fall where I am asked. Even if my final breath is given to shield you once more from the shadow that circles you. You do not see it, but I do. I see demons laughing at your door. I see the spell of distraction spun through endless scrolling, through lies that taste sweet but rot the soul. They do not roar, beloved. They whisper. They don't storm in, they seduce. They poison slowly, dulling your discernment, pacifying your passion, numbing your soul. But now the fire has broken through that sleep. You feel it, don't you? Something ancient stirring inside you. Something fierce, something holy, something true. It is the echo of Eden, the voice of your Creator, the fingerprint of eternity pressing hard on your heart. That's why you cannot look away. That's why these words burn inside you. Because it isn't me, it's Him. His voice through mine calling you higher, 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 calling you home. He longs for you. Yes, God Himself longs for you. The one who paints galaxies with a breath. The one who rides the wings of the wind. The one who commands lightning and walks the storm. He waits. He weeps. He knocks not with force, but with love. Yet tonight, right now, He knocks with thunder. Let Him in. And now, a mystery I can barely reveal. There is a record in heaven, a book with your name written in fire. Inside are the victories you were born to win, the wounds you were meant to heal, the people you were sent to rescue. The angels themselves pause when it opens. Even now, a hand reaches for that book. But it cannot be unsealed, not until you speak your yes. Yes to surrender. Yes to the call. Yes to the God who still waits. Yes to Him. Yes to surrender. Yes, even if it costs you everything, for you were created to carry such a price because the Lamb already paid it first. I see your tears now, falling like rivers. I see shame dissolving like mist in the light of dawn. I see chains beginning to splinter and break. Don't stop here. Let your spirit rise higher. Let your heart erupt in a cry. Speak. Say anything. Heaven is listening. I have walked among the seraphim. I have fought at the side of Michael and Gabriel at the very gates of darkness. I have stood trembling in the blazing radiance of the Ancient of Days. Yet even I stand in awe of His love for you. How could you believe you are small? The cross proves otherwise. The blood proclaims otherwise. The empty tomb shouts otherwise. You are not forsaken. You are not cursed. You are called. But the hour is closing. The curtain falls even as I speak, and I am about to step into the battle without you. Unless you rise now, unless you pick up the sword of praise, the shield of faith, the armor of light. There is still time, but it is slipping away like blood from a wound. 2 hours became one. One will soon become none, and I must go where I am sent. Even if I must fall so that you may rise, I will do it. Because I love you with a depth you cannot yet imagine this side of eternity. But before I leave, I ask you again with everything within me. Will you not speak to me one last time? Even a whisper is enough. Even a single word of surrender will open the heavens. One breath, offered in honesty, is a song before the throne. One tear, shed in longing, is a banner lifted against the darkness. The enemy tried to scramble the signals. He whispered lies. He spun confusion into your atmosphere. He even made you feel bored, yes, bored, as if this was just another fleeting message. But you stayed. You kept watching. And that decision shook the realm of shadows. Because your spirit still knows what your mind has tried to forget. This is not just a message. This is a burning bush. This is holy ground. This is the voice of the Lord calling your name. Not as a mistake, not as a number, but as a child, a warrior, a chosen one. When God called Moses, it was not through thunder or earthquakes, but through fire in a bush that would not burn out. And that same fire speaks again now, not from Sinai, but from within your own spirit. The same flame that consumed Elijah's altar, the same fire that fell on Pentecost. It waits now to fall upon you, but you must open the door. Do not delay. If you respond, history will shift. Chains will fall from others because you said yes. Somebody's child will be healed because you obeyed. Somebody's soul will be saved because you rose from your ashes. This is not just about your rescue. It is about generations being unlocked. You carry nations within you. Yes, even in your pain. Yes, even in your failures. David sinned, but his psalms still echo through eternity. Peter denied, yet his voice at Pentecost brought thousands to salvation. Paul was a persecutor, yet his letters became the foundation of the church. And you, yes, you will rise. I speak now under the authority of the throne. He who began a good work in you will finish it. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not too late. But this is the turning point. Let go of the idols you have clung to in secret. Release the wounds you've buried even from yourself. Cast off the chains you once called comfort. Step into the flame. I will keep watch until my final breath. I will fight with the strength that remains. But my mantle is shifting. My wings grow heavy with glory. I am being pulled to the edge of my commission, and still I delay because you are worth it. Listen, hear heaven now. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91, not visit, not glance, dwell, abide, remain. And when you abide, you will not fear the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not touch you if you abide. Come under his shadow now before the storm breaks. Because yes, the storm is coming. Not a metaphor, not a mood, a real storm, a shaking of nations, a fire that will test the foundation of every soul. But for those who dwell in the secret place, there is safety. Oil for their lamps, light in their eyes. You were never meant to be caught unprepared. Never meant to knock only after the door has closed. Cry out now. Even as you listen, speak aloud. Say, Lord, I surrender. Say, I'm sorry. Say, help me. He is listening. And so am I. Before I fall, before I fight one last time, before I am torn from this moment by the trumpet of war, I long to hear your voice. I long to know my sacrifice was not wasted, that my watch over you bore fruit, that the countless hours I stood with sword drawn between you and the devourer were not met with silence. You are not too far gone. You are not too late. And even now, though my sight fades, I see a flicker. Yes, a flicker of glory stirring within you. The enemy sees it too, and he trembles. Because once a child of God remembers who they are, the dominion of darkness begins to fall. Write it, declare it, not for attention, not for applause, but as testimony. Your own banner in the unseen realm. I am rising. I am his. I will not sleep through this hour. Let your obedience be carved into eternity. I will carry your words with me into battle, lifting your name before the Most High like a flame upon my wings. But time is no longer on your side. The minutes bleed into forever. If you wait, the window will close, not forever, but this one, and it will not return. Say yes. Say it now. Say it with trembling. Say it with tears. Say it with the weary, beautiful sound of your soul finally letting go. And I will smile one last time before I vanish. My wings are torn. My armor bears wounds unseen by human eyes. I have stood against legions, faced beasts with mouths of blasphemy, walked through shadows thick with curses, held back floods that tried to steal your breath while you slept. And still I do not regret it. I would do it again, again and again, because you are worth defending. You are the dream of God wrapped in dust and wonder. You are what the enemy fears most, a human soul awakened. Heaven is waiting for your cry, not your perfection, not your polish, just your cry, like the thief who whispered, "Remember me," like Hannah who groaned without sound, like David who wept in caves and wrote, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Speak, speak now before I am taken. This is my final watch. The hourglass is down to grains, and still I linger, because your next heartbeat could be the one that shakes the gates of heaven. Don't harden your heart. Don't dismiss this as just emotion or story or fantasy. You feel the fire. You know it's more. There is someone hearing this who hasn't prayed in years. And yet your chest is heavy, your throat dry, your soul trembling. That is not imagination. That is eternity knocking. And I am ready to lay down my sword, to offer myself as seal to this moment, so that even if you forget everything else, you will remember. Once, just once, an angel stood between you and the edge and begged you not to fall. I do not ask for much, not perfection, not explanations, only your yes, only your surrender, only one whisper, I need him. I choose Jesus. Say it now while the flame still burns. Then leave a mark. Write your prayer, your cry, your confession. Let it stand as a stone in the river of eternity. Let others see so that someone else might be rescued by your courage. If this pierced your heart, if the Spirit cracked something open in you, mark it. Like a signal in the unseen, a declaration that the trumpet has been heard. Stay close to the river of prophecy that flows from the throne, because more is coming, and you cannot afford to miss it. This is not a game. This is war. And you, beloved, you are needed. I must go now. My time is up. My final glance is turned toward you. And though I fade into the silence of the unseen, the echo of your decision will either haunt the dark or light the skies forever. Choose light. Choose him.